Have you ever wanted to become colorblind? Well, if you do, you need therapy, but if you don't, well screw you because we're doing it anyways. Hey there, I made a game with no color in 1 month. Here's how. Colors are great, aren't they? They help us see, they help us appreciate, and most importantly, they help us differentiate among us characters. But what if we remove this beautiful feature? Well, we get a failure. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Colourblind, the game. Now the first step is to add the player some movement, blah blah blah, boring. Now obviously I would never copy someone else's code. That would be stupid and dishonorable. I mean, imagine copying somebody else's code. Now it's time for some lore. I love story design and I think stories can help any game feel more cool, you know what I'm saying? So it's time to write some stories. So I came up with this. You play as a robot named Colin. And oh, if you're wondering why I chose Colin, well in the words colorblind, there are actually the letters of C-O-L-L-I-N. Get it? Because it's funny there's a color. Anyways, the game will take place throughout 5 chapters, each of them with their own unique location. The first chapter takes place in a factory. The player, Colin, is built by Neuron, another robot. Colin and Neuron have to escape the factory through various puzzles. So that's the plot of chapter 1. Alright, so the next step is to add some puzzle mechanics. Now of course I have to create something extremely unique and creative that almost no game has ever featured. Q. So I added a simple mechanic where red goes in red, blue goes in blue, and red does not go in blue. But I do have a twist. Since purple is made of red and blue, we can use this as a puzzle mechanic. If you need purple but only have red and blue, you can combine the 2 colors to make purple, and vice versa. Understand? Well if you don't, I don't care, but anyways, this opens up a bunch of puzzle potential. So who likes to use their legs to walk? Yeah, that's what I thought. So I made a moving platform to transport stuff like the player and some cubes, just in case you lazy people can't use your legs to walk. Next up, environments. I mean, come on, we can't play a game if we don't have a game to play, right? Now chapter 1 takes place in a factory, so we need to model some industrial stuff like robotic arms, gears, and Barbie what idiot pick. Also added some conveyor belts, and when I say some conveyor belts, I mean conveyor belts literally everywhere. Currently the game looks ugly, basically like me. So let's turn on RTX and see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? So I got a stage 420 cancer and brain damage from baking lights, but I think it didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would be, which is, well, still pretty bad. So if you don't know how lighting works in Unity, I have no idea either, so I'm not gonna bore you with that. Since the game is driven by a story, we'll need some characters. So you remember Neuron? Yeah, the robot that I was talking about? No one? No one remembers him? Okay. So I wanted him to look friendly and simple, so let's do some drawing. How do I draw again?
1 eternity later.
After hours of not sleeping at all, I came up with this abomination. Well, at least I tried. I went ahead and slapped on some animations, definitely not taken from Mixamo.com. And now we have a robot stupid guy. Next step is something I'm incredibly bad at. Physics. I mean, come on, who failed their physics test? No one? Just me? Okay. I haven't really focused a lot on physics in my previous games because who cares? But then I started to realize the importance of making the flow of the game feel better. So I slapped on some physics bodies on only 4,000 objects. And there we go, we can finally hide all the terrible gameplay. Finally, the last step is audio. Currently the game is lacking some sounds, so let's produce some noise. Okay, maybe, just maybe, I'm not the best at producing audio. So let's go online to search for some sound effects instead. I got the sound effects from zapsplat.com. Make sure to check them out, they have a ton of free sound effects to steal, use legally. For the next type of audio, music. Since chapter 1 takes place in a factory, we'll need some industrial and robotic music. I'm gonna upload the music on my second channel if you wanna check it out. I've used a few chiptune instruments and robotic noises. I'm gonna show you a quick sample right here. The beginning starts with an orchestra of intense and dark strings, with broken alarms in the background, signaling something is not right. It then follows with the main melody playing, which panics the player to do something in that bad situation. The song then calms down with the same broken alarms but the dark strings still play in the background. I'm not sure if you even care about what I'm talking about, but well, I can't blame you. The last type of audio is voice acting. I have been struggling to find a suitable voice actor for the Neuron character. I might even get someone on Fiverr to do it, who knows. Smash subscribe and like video, bye, I'm gonna eat rocks.